To access the configuration menu, use the auger and spinner dial buttons to navigate to the following operation screen and press the Enter Config button. This menu is passcode protected to limit access to non-authorized personnel. Using the on-screen keyboard, enter the password and press the Enter button. When accessed, continue to use the auger and spinner buttons to cycle through the various screens. Depending on the configuration of the equipment, the following menu may vary. The first configuration page includes key system information. The truck ID is utilized for data logging and telematic purposes. Simply click the white box to adjust it. Software information is non-adjustable and is intended for diagnostic purposes only. In the event a software update is required, a USB flash drive containing the appropriate files can be loaded into the system. Contact Muncie Power for further instructions on firmware updates. The System Sync button can be utilized whenever new modules are added to the system. This functionality manually propagates software information to newly added input-output modules. The wireless setup page allows the user to connect the system to Wi-Fi. This functionality can be used to auto-send data log files within range of a network. This functionality is also used for the remote diagnostic support. Toggle the View Networks View Config to view connected Wi-Fi networks versus available networks. To connect, click on the View Networks button and select the preferred Wi-Fi network and enter the appropriate credentials. To remove a network, click the Delete button. The next page includes information on the system profile. The system profile contains all of the unique calibration settings, button mapping, and input-output configurations of the system. The user is able to download this file and load to identical systems within a fleet to mirror settings from one truck to another. To perform this action, install a USB flash drive into the spreader controller. The flash drive should auto-connect. If it does not, press the Connect USB button. Click the Save Profile button to download settings to the flash drive. This flash drive can now be taken to other trucks. To upload settings from the flash drive, hit the Load Profile button. This page also allows the configuration page passcode to be adjusted. Simply click the box and adjust. Remember to document this passcode for future reference. The data logging page includes a range of options for clearing data log files and setting the date and time information. To download the data log files, insert a USB flash drive and hit the Transfer Logs to USB button. To clear all of the data log files stored on the controller, click the Clear Logs button. To clear the totals shown on the controller, click the Clear Totals button. The time and date can be set manually by pressing the Set Date and Time button. Otherwise, the date, time, and time zone can be automatically set via GPS when pressing the appropriate buttons. The next page also relates to data logging. Toggle the Time Interval button to change how often the system records data points. This can be set at 10, 30, 60, 90, or 120 seconds. The lower settings will provide better resolution, but consume more data. The Log Clear selection allows the user to set when the data log is cleared. The Auto option clears the data logs after downloading. The Daily option clears the data log once a day. The Never option allows the controller to continue recording unless manually cleared through the configuration manual. By inserting an email address into the log email text box, the system will automatically send log files whenever within range of a configured network. Route IDs and driver IDs can be inserted into the provided fields for fleet tracking purposes. The global equipment screens relate to the configuration of the electro-hydraulic performance. Select the pump type for gear or piston. These settings determine how the system unloading circuit will operate. The main relief pressure selection allows the operator to set the maximum system pressure when applicable. The actual system pressures are displayed below the setting. Keep in mind, the setting will only see the max pressure when certain functions are deadheaded. The Groundspeed Calibration selections are for matching the speedometer signal. If the pulses per mile are known for the chassis, simply input the value into the Groundspeed Calibration box. Allison transmissions are typically around 32,000 ticks per mile. Alternately, to sync the ground speed to the controller, the user can drive and maintain 20 miles per hour and simultaneously press the Calibrate button. This method will automatically populate the ground speed calibration pulse count. To enable a vehicle overspeed warning, click the ground speed warning box to enable. This will initiate a pop-up window that can be used to adjust the warning threshold. The next global equipment page relates to air and road temperature sensors, if applicable. In the event the road temperature is off target, an offset can be applied to improve the accuracy for the operator. Additionally, temperature warnings can be set to alert the operator of certain air or road temperature conditions. Here, you can adjust the cylinder float threshold. The camera equipment page provides options for tuning camera functionality. The Omni-System Plus is capable of displaying up to 4 cameras. To enable each channel, toggle the appropriate button. The default view channel selection defines the first camera view that appears in the rotation when the camera icon is toggled. If only one camera is to be viewed, only enable one channel for this selection. If 2 cameras are to be viewed simultaneously, enable both. The backup channel is typically used to auto-engage when the vehicle is placed in reverse. Select the appropriate channel if a camera will be used for vehicle reverse. The alternate channel selection defines a second camera view that appears in the rotation when the camera icon is toggled. If only one camera is to be viewed, only enable one channel for this selection. If 2 camera views are to be observed simultaneously, enable both. If applicable, this section is used to control a camera wash system. Camera wash duration establishes the duration of the wash cycle when the operator engages this feature. Auto cam wash is a feature to auto-engage the camera wash system after certain durations of time. Select this option to define the time duration between wash cycles. On the Global Spreader Settings section, the Retain Settings button allows the system to retain the auger, liquid, and spinner rates through power cycles. Use caution, as this will cause the spreader controller to retain the settings after the controller has been powered off. Be aware that simply pressing the spreader button will automatically re-engage the motors at the previous settings. The Manual Mode button can be enabled or disabled by toggling the button. Disabling the manual mode will prevent the operator from accessing this mode above 7 miles per hour by graying out the option to switch modes. When under 7 miles per hour, access to the manual mode will allow material to be offloaded. The 0 mile per hour spinner feature allows the spinner operation to halt when the truck comes to a stop. If the setting is configured for spinner on, the spinner will remain spinning regardless of truck speed. The blast level sets the auger speed when the blast button is pressed. This is adjustable from 50 to 100%. The blast duration can be adjusted from 1 to 254 seconds. When below 1 second, the blast duration will display momentarily and will only stay on when the blast button is held. When above 254 seconds, the blast will display latch and will keep the blast on indefinitely. The takeoff timer is adjustable from 0.5 seconds. Turning this setting above 0 will cause the auger to blast material or liquid for the set increment of time after the truck has accelerated from a stop. The main product name allows the user to change the text for the primary spreader material. Simply select the box to change. The lane width feature calibrates the controller to the correct lane width for the spinner. This is only relevant when the directional spinner mode is active. When engaged, the directional spin mode allows the controller to spread material in feet or lanes. There are 2 operating modes available in the Granular Setpoints menu. If Setpoint mode is selected, the user has the ability to dial in the exact auto mode settings available to the operator. There are up to 6 rates available to pre-configure. If range is selected, the user has the ability to set the low and high rates available for auto mode. For granular products, select the white boxes to change the alternate product names. If multiple products are used, setting the product ratios by clicking on the percentage box will increase the accuracy of the material spread. For example, if the user spread sand as an alternate product, they could input the material name in the Alt1 box. In addition, they could input the product weight ratio to increase the accuracy of the material output discharge. For example, to calculate the ratios, take a 5-gallon bucket of the alternate product and divide by a 5-gallon bucket of salt. On the liquid screen, there are two operating modes. If Setpoint mode is selected, the user has the ability to dial in the exact auto mode settings available to the operator. There are up to 6 rates available to preconfigure. If range is selected, the user has the ability to set the low and high rates available for auto mode. The current body setting indicates the pre-configured body types available. By toggling this setting, the configuration screens are reconfigured to custom calibrate each specific body type. Select the Auger Flow Min-Max button to adjust the speeds. The minimum setting needs to be adjusted so that the auger is barely turning at this set point. The maximum setting is the maximum preferred auger speed. Select the Spinner Flow Min-Max button to adjust the speeds. The minimum setting should be adjusted so that the spinner is barely turning at this set point. The maximum setting is the maximum preferred spinner speed. The closed loop can be adjusted from open loop to closed loop by pressing the button. Closed loop requires that the auger has a feedback sensor installed. Open loop doesn't require a feedback sensor. If the open loop calibration value or closed loop pulse count is known, this can be directly entered into the appropriate text box. If these values are unknown, a weighed dump calibration process should be performed for accuracy. Press the Calibrate button to begin the process. Select the Pre-Wet Flow Min-Max button to adjust the flow. The minimum setting should be adjusted so that the flow is barely going at this set point. The maximum setting is the maximum preferred flow rate. The Plow Down Float setting allows the Plow Float and Power Float to be enabled or disabled. The Plow Down Cylinder setting determines the cylinder type. Adjust the Plow Down Float Press button when the system is equipped with a power float. The more PSI selected, the less pressure the plow is placing upon the road surface. Adjust the setting to help prevent excess wear on the plow edge. Be aware that the setting Plow Down Float Press in excess can allow the plow to fully raise from the road surface. This setting is only present if the system is configured for power float, otherwise this item will be omitted. Adjust the Plow Down Relief setting to control the downside relief pressure. Keep in mind that the downside relief is disabled when the cylinder is set for single acting. The Plow Up Speed setting allows you to control the up speed of the plow. The minimum percentage allows the deadband to be removed from the joystick operation. The maximum percentage controls the cylinder speed when the joystick is fully deflected. The Plow Down Speed setting allows you to control the down speed of the plow. The minimum percentage allows the deadband to be removed from the joystick operation. The maximum percentage controls the cylinder speed when the joystick is fully deflected. Adjust the Plow Left Speed setting to control the left angle speed of the plow. The minimum percentage allows the deadband to be removed from the joystick operation. The maximum controls the cylinder speed when the joystick is fully deflected. Adjust the Plow Right Speed setting to control the right angle speed of the plow. The minimum allows the deadband to be removed from the joystick operation. The maximum controls the cylinder speed when the joystick is fully deflected. The Dump Cylinder setting determines the cylinder type. Adjust the Dump Relief setting to control the downside relief pressure. Keep in mind that the downside relief is disabled when the cylinder is set for single acting. The Dump Up Speed setting controls the up speed of the dump cylinder. The minimum percentage allows the deadband to be removed from the joystick operation. The maximum controls the cylinder speed when the joystick is fully deflected. The Dump Down Speed setting controls the down speed of the dump cylinder. The minimum percentage allows the deadband to be removed from the joystick operation. The maximum controls the cylinder speed when the joystick is fully deflected. Additional settings pages may be present depending on the system configuration.